it's mostly about survival, safely navigating the tight, twisty mountain passes and getting to the finish. The Peugeot trio of Panizzi, Grönholm, and Burns have done just that. They hold all three podium positions after 2 legs. But the weather and the treacherous roads of Corsica are waiting to crown a new winner or claim his next victim. Leg 3 of the Tour de Corse is next. Corsica, an island of contrasts. In places more Italian than French. For 51.5 weeks each year, it's a haven of peace and tranquility. Then, the World Rally Championship arrives. Hello everybody, I'm your host, Ralph Shaheen. This year, the rally moved from autumn to spring, so the weather has been even more unpredictable than usual. 16 stages in effect, 8 repeated, make up the rally, with the 3 days centered around a service park on the outskirts of the island's capital, Ajaccio. Day 1 had been mainly dry, but day 2 began wet. Just how wet can be seen from Colin McRae's onboard camera. And the pirouette performed by Armin Schwartz's car on the day's opening stage. The change from sunshine to rain should have helped the Ford team, but it wasn't as great an advantage as they'd hoped. A poor tire choice also cost the team precious seconds.
It's the 6th lap. It's 2-4 right, Mike.
For Subaru's Petter Solberg, 2 stage wins but also 2 punctures meant that the day was a case of all or nothing.
1 right plus. Tightens, slow 4 left. Oh, okay now.
All the time something!
But nothing is what his teammate Tommy Mäkinen will take away from Corsica. This rock caused the rally's first major retirement. Mäkinen crashing out of the event for the 3rd year in a row.
Suddenly full of water this straight and you kept on aquaplane and there was nothing to do anymore.
As expected, the rally's first 2 days were dominated by the Peugeot team, and in particular, this man, Gio Panizzi. After 12 of the 16 stages, it was an all-Peugeot top 3. Panizzi led from the 2000 world champ Marcus Grönholm, with the reigning champ Richard Burns in 3rd place. In all, the Silver Bullets had set the fastest times on all but 2 of those 12 stages.
With 3 cars in the top 3, I'm sure Peugeot, they want to keep that, but also there's only 2 of us can score points for manufacturers, so I think it's open. We can, as far as I know, do what we want to do.
While Peugeot were delighted, others were less happy. Armin Schwartz was the best of the Hyundai drivers in 9th place, while Francois Delacour's Mitsubishi was 8th. Both drivers, however, were outside the points. Philippe Bugalski in a semi-official Citroën had been expected to pose a threat to Panizzi, but he ended day 2 in 4th place after a string of minor problems. This was how the leaderboard stood after day 2. The top 6 scored championship points, remember. Panizzi was on course to score his 2nd win on the island in 3 years, while Bugalski, Colin McRae, Carlos Sainz, and Petter Solberg would fight for the remaining points on the final day. Those 4 were split by just 25 seconds. At this point, it's worth reminding ourselves of the current Drivers' Championship standings. Grönholm is on course to extend his lead, with Mäkinen, of course, failing to score here. Peugeot are set to pick up the maximum 16 manufacturers' points, so both the 4 drivers will be under pressure to gain the best finishes possible.
Corrado, it looks like this could be a very historic day for Peugeot.
Hopefully, yes. I think that we will win in the rally, but it's true also that we have 3 cars in 1st, 2nd and 3rd position. We didn't give orders to the drivers because they are all skillful and with a lot of common sense.
The final day consisted of just 2 stages to the south of Ajaccio, which would be repeated, giving a total of close to 70 miles. Much to Ford's disappointment, the weather was forecast to improve once again. But would better weather necessarily be a bad thing? We've got to take a quick break. The opening stage of the day when we return with valuable points on the line. Nobody's holding back. World Rally on speed coming up.
And long sticks right.
Welcome back to the final stages of the 2002 Rally of France, otherwise known as the Tour de Corse. Now, using our virtual spectator, we can take an overview of stage 13, the day's first. Hairpin bends are very much a feature of the early part of the stage, which climbs to a high of around 1,500 feet above sea level before a much open, flowing section down to the finish, where another series of hairpins provides something of a sting in the tail. In all, the 15 miles will take the cruise around 15 minutes to complete. Run almost within sight of Ajaccio, the stage was basking in the morning sunshine. With the top 15 run in reverse order, Harry Roman Barron joined a clean road. Ninth fastest, the Finn moved up a place to 14th overall, a little over 6 minutes down on his colleagues in the silver Peugeots. Duval resumes his attempt to win the Junior World Championship on the next rally in Spain, but he was in impressive 10th place this weekend in Corsica. The dry roads meant Petter Solberg had high hopes of catching the two Fords ahead of him. His day didn't begin well, however. Both Sainz and McRae were quicker than the Impreza on stage 13. Listen in.
80. 5 right, 30, slippy brake in turn, hairpin left. Opens. That's 6 right, 60, 6 left plus, 50, short 4 right, opens 40, line into 2 right minus tightens, and cut short 4 left, 20, half 2 right, opens 40, flat short 4 left plus.
Now keep an eye on Phil Mills' radio cord. Remember, on a dry tarmac road, these are the highest G's the rally drivers and co-drivers will experience this year. You can tell as Phil Mills gets pulled to opposite sides of the car according to the G's in the corner.
Cut short 4 right into 3 left plus, opens 80, line into late half 2 right, and short 3 left plus, opens 60, 5 left.
See how the cord
20,
flies from one side
right,
to the other?
Stone out, 80, short 4 right, opens 40, line into short 3 right, opens 50, short 4 right, 32 left, opens 50, slippy maybe, short 3 right, opens 40, early 5 left into 1 right plus fast.
Notice also how Petter Solberg never crosses his hands on the wheel.
And short 5 right, opens 40, tightens late hairpin, 30, damp, short 1 left plus, into short 2 right, 30, late half 1 left plus, tightens, opens 30.
Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz and co-driver Luis Moya were equally third fastest, but they were concerned their tires had worn more than expected and hoped the rubber would hold out for the next stage.
Derecha rápidamente menos corta, abrirse 1, derecha, acá, se tira poco y ras, Sasar. Para izquierda buena más ojos, se tira poco, Sasar mucho, para derecha en cuarta, y se abre, para 1, izquierda rápidamente menos se abre a fondo, 2. Derecha rápidamente menos se cierra a fondo, para 1 corto, izquierda rápido, ojo posible, sexta se cierra, abrirse 1 corto, izquierda casi cierra poco, para derecha buena más corta, Sasar, para izquierda rápido, ojo poco tarde se cierra, para derecha rápido, ojo corta, se cierra poco y ras, para izquierda buena más en quinta, se cierra poco, 2, derecha acá corta en cuarta, se cierra poco, Sasar mucho, para a fondo, izquierda rápido, ojo corta, 2, zona rápida, izquierda rápido menos corta, Sasar mucho.
Hard to tell what's quicker. Carlos Sainz is driving or Luis Moya is talking.
Sin quinta ras, se abre, para 1 corto, Sasar, izquierda acá se cierra poco y se abre con fe, para 1, derecha rápido, ojo, se cierra poco a fondo, para 1, izquierda buena más corta, Sasar, para derecha caliente se cierra un grado más.
You can tell how rough the ride is just from the fluctuation in Luis Moya's voice as they go over the bumps.
Mucho de ese veía más poco tarde, para 1, izquierda calienta corta se cierra, Sasar mucho, para derecha acá, para izquierda vice frenando, izquierda buena se cierra poco y se abre, abrirse, acá izquierda acá por dentro fin, Sasar, para derecha acá se cierra poco, acaba buena más se cierra poco y ras a fondo, para 1 Sasar, izquierda buena más corta en quinta de tierra, Sasar mucho, para derecha abrirse, derecha acá poco posible cuarta, poco tarde se cierra, 1,
Now, Sainz's main focus is on the road, but every once in a while, when given the chance, he'll catch a quick glance at the gauges to make sure everything is okay. Blink and you may miss it. Of course, World Rally drivers never blink.
Derecha rápida menos se cierra, para izquierda rápida más, para derecha acá, frenando, para izquierda buena menos poco tarde se cierra, para derecha rápida menos se cierra por dentro a fondo, para izquierda rápida menos se cierra, para uno, derecha rápida menos corta, abrirse uno.
Behind Sainz on the road, Colin McRae was a man on a mission.
Right into 1 right. Into 6 left, 70, K 6 right and left and 4 right minus. Into 6 left and 5 right plus and 5 left plus and long 6 right.
Bukowski, however, was equally as determined.
Can you keep Colin McRae behind you?
Yes, I drive faster.
The damp first half of the stage, however, saw the Zara struggle for grip. It wasn't until the drier downhill section that Bukowski felt confident, but by then the damage had been done. McRae set the fastest time, with Bukowski only 12th quickest, and so the Ford driver had snatched 4th place away from the Citroën. Plenty more from stage 13 to come. If McRae was quickest so far, just how would the all-conquering Peugeot fare? It's no Sunday drive for anyone yet. Welcome back to World Rally coverage on Speed Channel. With a gap of just under a minute from 4th place to 3rd, Colin McRae was unlikely to worry these two, Richard Burns and co-driver Robert Reed. Nevertheless, Burns wasn't showing signs of letting up.
Flat left to easy right to plus cut, 20 flat left, 50, right to max, 60 slight left into slight right and slight right braking, 70 easy left to fast left plus cut, 40, flat right, 70, easy
Notice
left,
the huge rear wing and the front valence, all important on getting that downforce on these tight, twisted curves.
100, medium right plus to medium right plus long, 20 medium right plus long, 30 fast right minus, to flat left 70, fast left minus to medium left, right to max, 60 slight left into slight right and slight right braking, 70 easy left to fast left plus cut, 40, flat right 70, easy left 20, easy left in 30 braking, slow medium right in and slow medium right, to flat left 100, easy left in 20, easy right minus in and easy right 40, slight left 50, flat left 30, flat left minus in long 10, flat right in and flat right 150, flat left to flat left in 70 braking, easy right to easy right in and flat right 80, easy right in, bump maybe 80, slight left 40, flat right in 20, flat left in to slight right 50, slight
Burns,
right
in fact,
40,
was second
right
fastest on the
max,
stage, while his teammate Marcus Grunholm was 5th. It made little difference to the leaderboard, though. The pair were still nearly 17 seconds apart.
Oikea laita vasen eri sumppuun ja oikea eri jouhee, vasen täys ja oikea laita vasen eri pyöreä kirraa. Oikea eri helppo ylinypyyn 210.
Now watch Grunholm's lines. They'll change on every corner. Sometimes an early entrance, sometimes a late one.
Kivissä suppu, 7 oikein nopea, 5 ja oikein hidas, 7 oikein miinusahdas, 7 vasen miinus kirraahdas, leikkaa vähän, oikein eri, 5 vasen nopea, 4 ja vasen hidas kirraa, älä. 100 oikein nopea ahdas.
The Panizzis are a family affair. So is Marcus Grunholm and his co-driver Timo Rautinen. Rautinen is Grunholm's brother-in-law.
8 oikein vasen jouhee, 7 oikein pitkä nopea risteys. 7 oikein nopea kivi sisällä ja heti vasen hidas serpo. Ihan hyvä. 2 vaan perässä. 8. Oikealle vaseri tiukka. 120.
Plenty of opportunities for fans to stand along the side of the road and watch the racing. I wonder what scalpers get for those tickets.
4 ja vasen täys. 100. Oikein jouhee ja vasen laita oikein nopee. Vasen laita oikein jouhee ja vaseri helppo ahdas. Oikein täys. 100. Vasen laita oikein helppo. 8. Vaseri miinus ahdas. 8. Oikein täys. 100. Hae vaseri tiukka. 4 ja oikein nopea kirraa.
Gilles and Hervé Panizzi were only 7th quickest on the stage, but their lead was still over 41 seconds, and so they were now just 3 stages away from victory. Less fortunate was Kenneth Eriksson, who was the slowest of the 3 Skoda drivers through stage 13 after his Octavia picked up a puncture. Let's take a look at the middle mile or so of the stage through the eyes of the virtual spectator. Even halfway through the stage, McRae has already opened up a gap from his teammate Sainz. The pair's Pirelli tires benefiting from the damp uphill climb, but the best was yet to come from both Solberg and Burns. Both obviously enjoyed the drier downhill second half of the stage. Solberg made up that gap to Sainz, and the pair ended up on exactly the same time. Burns, meanwhile, did even better. You can see just how far behind the Peugeot driver is, but his Michelin's helped him to catch and pass both Solberg and Sainz to set the second fastest stage time, just 4.3 seconds slower than McRae. Bravery obviously also came into play on this long descent. All the drivers hit around 110 miles an hour. So McRae's bonsai run puts him into 4th. Sainz is now knocking on Bugalski's door. More from Corsica in a minute. On to stage 14, which for Kenneth Eriksson lasted around 200 feet. Co-driver Tina Turner is quickly out of the car to investigate, but her hand signals indicate they're not going any further.
We lost the drive, you know, on the start line, you know. Maybe it's something like the crown wheel or pinion or something. We couldn't go any further, you know.
But Eriksson wasn't the only casualty at stage 14. Francois Duval's superb drive ended in a tree around 9 miles into the stage. It was a cruel end to such a mature drive by the 21-year-old. Peter Solberg's up and down rally continued with 5th fastest time, slower than Carlos Sainz, but quicker than McRae. Still 7th, Solberg knew that the point-scoring 6th place was now only a tantalizing 5.2 seconds away.
80, short 4 left, opens 30, 6 left, opens 80, caution slow, 6 left of a crest, unseen, 1 left minus. Tightens half long tightens, and 3 rights, opens extra long tightens, 40, narrow short 2 left, into 2 right plus, half long, opens, keep it 20, narrow short, 1 left plus, stone out, 40, 6 right plus, 100, line into slippy maybe.
Listen to how hard into the throttle Solberg gets on the drier roads compared to what he used to do when it was wet and rainy a day ago.
Into short 2 right plus, opens, and 6 left, into 4 right minus, opens, 80, short 6 right plus, extra long, 60, line into 6 left, extra long, keep in, don't cut short, 4 right plus. 5 left, opens 60, 3 left minus, tightens slippy, maybe, tightens minus.
Sainz, though, had no intention of giving up that 6th place without a fight.
2, derecha frenando, derecha 43 de tierra, para izquierda rápido, ojos de tierra a fondo, para derecha rápido menos largas de tierra a fondo, para izquierda rápido ojos extra de tierra poco y mucho ras, asar, para derecha rápido menos corta, 1, izquierda buena más ojos de tierra, asar mucho.
The afternoon sunshine meant drier roads, and that wasn't good news. Colin McRae was in a similar position to that of his teammate, except he was trying to stay ahead of 5th place Bugalski.
Cave 6 right tightens to 5 minus, and slow 4 left tightens, and 6 right, and 3 right plus tightens line. meters, long 6 left.
Notice how McRae's starting to slide the car a lot more? Well, his ailing Pirellis are really making him use every inch of the road, and he shows why he's been a world champ.
And 6 right, and 5 left, and 4 left. 120. Kev, 6 right tightens to 5 minus, and slow 4 left tightens. And 6 right, and right tightens to 5 plus cut, into left tightens to 3 plus. 50, right tightens to slow 3, and 6 left, and long 6 right line, and 5 left minus cut, and 5 right minus.
How good is Colin McRae? He was the youngest driver to ever win the World Rally Championship in 1995.
3 right minus, opens. 50, 3 left plus tightens cut. Into right tightens to 3 minus. And long 4 left line. And right and left tightens to 3 plus, opens. Into 6 right, 50, 6 right line, don't cut, 30, 3 left plus, opens. 30, 4 right minus.
Bogowski, though, took nearly 10 seconds back from McRae on stage 14. This, it seemed, would be a fight to the finish. Still have the take on the stage, while back in service, teams are trying to come up with some last-minute plans to find some speed. It was Richard Burns and Robert Reed who set the fastest time on Corsica stage 14.
Right plus, 50, easy right long, 70, medium left minus to medium left minus in, 80, medium right to key right in, 40, flat left, 100 is in, 80, medium right to key right in, 40.
Marcus Grönholm was second quickest, just 2.6 seconds slower than his teammate. The gap between the pair was still 14 seconds. So had Burns made his charge too late, and with the Peugeot management call an end to their battle to reduce the risk of either crashing out.
Vasen täys, 120. Oikeri helppo. 5 vaseri tiukka leikkaa.
All of that mattered little to leader Gilles Panizzi. He was counting down the miles now to what surely must be his first win of the season.
100 mètres. Gauche 95. Je n'aimais plus jamais ce bonhomme. Gauche 95. 60 mètres. Gauche 95, presque plus. 30 mètres. Gauche 90, soulage. Dans droite 85. 50 mètres. Gauche 90. Droite à fond, soulage. 100 mètres. Gauche 95. Je n'aimais plus jamais ces bonhommes. Gauche 95. 60 mètres. Gauche 95, presque plus. Dans droite à fond, 2 coups. Bref. 100 mètres. Gauche 95 plus, bref. Et attention, dans droite 95 de long. Gauche 95, long presque plus. Dans droite à fond long. Sur gauche à fond, 30 mètres ferme 100. Dans droite à fond court. 100 mètres. Gauche 110 court, 60 mètres, attention, droite 95. Et où 100 mètres. Droite à fond bref. 60 mètres.
Gilles and his brother Hervé started working together back in 1988.
Donc gauche à fond long. Elle est inconduisible. Sur droite à fond long. Droite à fond long, 100 mètres. Concentre-toi, c'est bon, François. Droite 100 court, 30 mètres, ferme 95 presque plus. Sur gauche 95 presque plus. 80 mètres. Droite 95 court, pas corde. Pas corde. Dans gauche 95 presque plus. Droite à fond. Droite à fond, 150 mètres. Droite à fond long, 2 coups.
Just 2 stages now remained, and Panizzi's lead was still over 31 seconds. Grunholm and Burns continue to scrap for second, but Peugeot looked to be on course for a sweep of the podium. 4th through 7th places were still only around 20 seconds apart, and anything could still happen before the finish.
Richard, second stage win of the rally. Great news for you.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's a bit difficult to risk Peugeot getting a 1, 2, 3, but also it would be nice to be in the middle of that rather than at the back of it. So I'm still going to try.
Marcus, it looks like it's going to be 6 points for you in this rally.
We don't know yet. It's still 2 stages to do. Maybe 10 also.
It looked all lost on day 1, so you must be pleased to be up there fighting for some decent points.
Yeah, no, 4th would be great. Sort of 6th, 5th was the position we were looking at before the rally. If we can get a 4th, it's brilliant.
Are you surprised how fast Colin was because the sun's shining? Pirelli rubber usually better in the rain.
No. It's me. Not don't a good feeling with my car. It's very difficult.
No stage win for you this morning. Were you taking it easy?
Not easy because we have the change of the grip, and sometimes it was difficult, wet, and on mud sometimes outside the asphalt, and you must to stay very concentrated in the car.
The penultimate stage of the Tour de Corse was a rerun of the day's opener, which had seen such a storming drive from Colin McRae. Francois Delacour was by now in 8th place, poised to score a manufacturer's point should anyone ahead of him falter. That was what Petter Solberg also needed. 7th place was good for the team, but he wanted a single driver's point at least. But equal 3rd quickest on the stage meant Solberg and Phil Mills had at least clawed their way back into a point-scoring position after yesterday's punctures.
Half long, opens flat, 6 right plus.
Para izquierda rápida más.
Carlos Sainz and Luis Moya were only 6th fastest, which meant the Subaru pair had moved ahead of the Ford duo by just 0.8 of a second. It looked like the last stage promised fireworks. In the circumstances, the last thing Sainz needed was for the team to point out what was happening.
Derecha rápido, ojo, le cierra poco a fondo para 1. Izquierda buena más corta, Sassar, para derecha caliente, se cierra un grado más. Para izquierda rápido, ojo, te cierra a fondo, Sassar. Para derecha buena más corta, a fondo esto. Derecha buena más corta, vais frenando mucho, derecha media más poco tarde. Para 1. Izquierda calienta corta, se cierra. Sassar mucho, para derecha acá. Para izquierda vais frenando, izquierda buena se cierra poco y se abre. Abrirse, acá izquierda acá por dentro el fin.
Carlos Sainz is the highest paid athlete in Spain, and is a personal friend of the King of Spain, Juan Carlos.
Mucho, para derecha abrirse, derecha acá poco posible cuarta, poco tarde se cierra. 1. Izquierda buena más corta, se cierra poco. Abrirse uno corto, frenando mucho. Derecha izquierda media, se cierra poco. Para derecha buena más poco tarde se cierra ras. Sassar, para izquierda buena más corta, se cierra poco.
Sainz is also a former champion of Spanish squash.
Para derecha calienta corta, se cierra poco. Para uno corto, Sassar, izquierda acá se cierra, Sassar mucho. Para derecha acá corta, se cierra poco. 1.
Up next, Colin McRae. He set the fastest time through the stage early in the day. Could he push any harder? Nothing like a ride along to find out.
Acura MDX with available navigation system and off-road tracking.
There is a place where nothing you do is ordinary. Even when all you're doing is pumping gas. When you cross into the blue, everything is different and important.
Especially you.
Kawasaki Ninja Sport Bikes. Are you worthy? Get 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments on any Kawasaki vehicle until 2003.
So, set up a department meeting for tomorrow and put in a call to the client. Get them up to speed. Anything else?
Here's a thought. Instead of saving money by not using paper, we could just go to Staples.
Yeah, with Staples 365 savings, they compare prices and back it up with a 110% price match guarantee.
I like that. Jot that down.
Low prices on every item, every day. Staples 365 savings. Yeah, we've got that.
Locked in their own battle with Philippe Bugalski, but a little over 3 miles into the stage, that battle ended abruptly.
Right. 30, hairpin right.
That was a big hit.
You okay?
Chris, concerned for his colleague, is a reminder of the pair's accident on the island 18 months ago, when he was forced to watch helplessly as McRae was cut out of the car after being trapped upside down for around 45 minutes. There were no such worries this time, with a paramedic swiftly on hand to check on the pair. McRae, though, had suffered an injury to his hand and had a mild concussion, so was airlifted to a hospital as a precaution. The stage stopped to allow the rescue services to attend the accident.
Just been speaking to Nicky. Basically, there's like a third gear left-hand corner into a right-hand corner which had some mud on it, and they got around the left-hander, turned into the right, and basically had understeered off the road, and then took a very heavy impact.
Bugalski completed the stage unaware of the fact that McRae had been injured. Fourth place was now a little more secure, but there was no realistic chance of catching the trio ahead.
Right to plus in, to easy left to plus 60, slippy baby, medium left minus gravel, in low, 20 medium right minus, time tips in.
Richard Burns was slowed by spectators as he passed the scene of McRae's crash. Fifth quickest, 1.3 seconds slower than Grunholm. It looked to be a tall order to make up over 15 seconds on the last stage. Marcus Grunholm showed that he was far from beaten by setting the quickest time on the stage. Just the last test now remained.
Saattaa oikein nopea suppuun ja vasen hidas paskaa.
Leader Gilles Panizzi was held on the start line to allow the medical teams into the stage. When it was then canceled, he drove through at slow speed, unaware of what the organizers would do about his time, but like all the drivers, concerned that the injured McRae would be okay.
Nicky, Collins ended up in Ajaccio Hospital. What happened?
Thoughts of 2000 for a second there, as it happened ever so quickly. I mean, there was nothing. I could hear Colin just say, like, oh, you know, like we'd lost grip. And then the next minute there was impact. I mean, there was nothing else to do. You know, Colin's gone to hospital now to be checked out. And, you know, it looks like maybe a cut and broken finger, probably at worst, I hope.
What went through your mind when it happened? Is it, here we go again, Corsica?
No, I mean, I obviously can't really remember exactly what happened, but you know, it was definitely not coming back on, and it was after the car stopped I realised it was, you know, it was quite a severe impact because the roll cage was in against my leg. So the biggest worry was just to get out of the car and make sure everything was okay.
What is it about you and Corsica?
I don't know. It's all flashed back there. I thought not again, but you know, you've got to accept these things happen. Unfortunately, generally on tarmac, there's absolutely no room for error. And I think now with the double usage of stages, it obviously makes it, you know, the risk of getting caught out in these places a lot more.
Good news that McRae's okay. With him out, Bugalski, Solberg, and Sainz all move up a spot. And so we'll go back in the cars for a bit of a ride-along. Hang on, the driver's perspective is just ahead.
Hi. A little light that says thanks came onto my Accord. Do you know what it's about?
We just wanted to say thanks for your confidence in Honda and for helping make the Accord the best-selling car in America.
Oh. You're welcome.
Look, this is a dirty fuel injector. This is a clean one. As you can see, cleaner works better. That's why I use STP fuel injector cleaner in my car. I add STP every time I change my oil. STP, it's basic car maintenance.
This one.
As diehard rally fans like you, our usual MO on the World Rally shows is to take a few minutes, shut up, and let you sit back and enjoy flat-out driving for what it is. As always, we won't disappoint.
Gauche 90 soulage, dans droite 85. 50 mètres, gauche 90. Droite à fond soulage, 100 mètres. Gauche 95. Je les mets plus jamais ces pneus. Gauche 95, 60 mètres. Gauche 95, presque plus. Prends droite à fond, 2 coups, bref, 100 mètres. Gauche 95 plus, bref. Et attention, dans droite 95 de long. Gauche 95, long presque plus. Prends droite à fond long. Sur gauche à fond, 30 mètres, ferme 100. Prends droite à fond court. 100 mètres. Gauche 110 court, 60 mètres, attention, droite 95. Et ouvre. 100 mètres. Droite à fond, bref. 60 mètres. Gauche 100 plus. Dans droite 95, un peu long plus. Donc gauche à fond long. Elle est conduisible. Sur droite à fond long.
8, oikein, vaseri jouhee, 7, oikein pitkä nopea risteys. 7. Oikein nopea kivi sisällä ja heti vasen hidas serpo. Ihan hyvä. 2 vapiras. 8, oikealle vaseri tiukka. 120. Oikealle 7, oikein hidas serpo. 4 ja vasen täys. 100, oikein jouhee ja vasen laita oikein nopee. Vasen laita oikein jouhee ja vaseri helppo ahdas. Oikein täys. 100, vasen laita oikein helppo. 8, vaseri miinus ahdas. 8, oikein täys. 100, tai vaseri tiukka. 4 ja oikein nopea kirraa.
Opens to damp, flat 5 left, half long, opens and short 5 right, opens 40, tightens late hairpin, 30, damp, short 1 left plus, into short 2 right, 30, late half 1 left plus, tightens, opens 30, short 1 left plus, 30, damp half 2 right, opens 30, short 3 right, damp continues, 40, early short 3 left, and line into 4 right long, tightens, don't cut 2 minus. Half long tightens, opens 40, half 2 left, 30, tight hairpin left, dry. Short to damp, line to short 4 right.
McRae would be okay.
You're Richard Burns, we are you're going into the last stage now soon, so what is your expectation?
Sorry, I can't understand what you're saying.
McRae's retirement, Philippe Mikulski ineligible for manufacturer's points, and only 2 Peugeots able to score, meant that 8th place Marco Martin was able to bring home a single point for Ford.
80, 6 minus left fast, 80, 3 right and long long. 150, 6 minus right, 5 plus left long long, tightens to 4 plus, 70, 6 minus right, 40, 4 left close, goes 70, 5 left, 50, 5 left long, 50, 4 plus right, go 100, 5 minus right close, 40, 6 right, 5 plus left long, 70, 6 minus right into 5 left long, 20, 4 minus right close, 30, 3 plus left airy.
Francois Delacour also scored his first points for Mitsubishi, while the team was also encouraged by the development work they've been able to carry out. Peter Solberg finished 5th, content with his performance, but well aware that he'd have been a contender for a podium place had luck been a little kinder to him. 6th place on the last stage, but again slower than Solberg, Carlos Sainz would have to settle for 6th place and the 1 driver's point it brought. on the last stage, Bugalski's privately entered Citroën was fourth. Again, luck hadn't smiled on the Frenchman very often over the weekend, but he was pleased with the preparations for his next event in Spain in 2 weeks' time. Peugeot, however, never really looked like scoring anything other than a clean sweep of the top three. First time that's been done since the Rally of Great Britain in '95. On that occasion, Subaru finished 1-2-3 with the young Richard Burns in third. That's where he finished in Corsica also, his best ever result on the island.
It's been good. It's been good to. I hope everybody finishes in the Peugeots. We still got to see yet, but I think it's been quite a good rally for me.
This was also Marcus Grunholm's best finish on tarmac. The team split time confirmed he was on the pace, but that hardly mattered. Second place meant Grunholm was a happy man.
Vasen, eri ja oikea, eri. 7 oikea. Nopea suuntapuoli.
Do you think she'll still be able to beat you, or do you know yet?
No, I think Gilles is faster, and it's normal that he's going to win.
Uncertainty over the times from stage 15 was finally resolved. Panizzi would receive the same time as Grunholm, so started the final stage with a lead of 31 seconds.
80 mètres. Gauche sans bref, dans droite sans bref, dans droite sans. 80 mètres, droite 90, presque plus. Pour gauche à fond court. 60 mètres, gauche 90, long, peu dur. Gauche à fond bref, 50 mètres, très humide. Droite 90, un peu dur, sale. Gauche 90, long plus. 50 mètres, droite 90 plus, sale, pour gauche à fond bref, 80 mètres, gauche 90 dur, droite 90 long, humide et ouvre, dans gauche ferme 90, sortie humide, droite 90 long, soulage, gauche à fond bref, 20 mètres, ferme 85 plus, 5 plus, droite 90 plus, gauche 90, court, droite 90. Gauche 90, 50 mètres. Gauche ferme 95, soulagé, sortie.
Notice how early Panizzi gets into the throttle in the corners.
Pour gauche à fond long. Droite 95, bref. 50 mètres, gauche 95, presque plus bref. Gras, 80 mètres, droite 90. Dans gauche 90, un peu long.
Every rattle, every squeak in the car set Panizzi's nerves on edge. But everything worked perfectly, and their boss was about to become a very happy man. Panizzi's winning margin in the end was over 40 seconds, with Grunholm and Burns completing Peugeot's perfect day. Bugalski, Solberg, and Sainz rounded off the top six, while both Mitsubishis and Freddie Luix's Hyundai were among the chasing pack.
Gilles, 8 stage wins on your home event. It's been a great rally for you.
Yes, fantastic, and happy, very happy. And I think it was not easy to win, but confident beginning to the end, and all the team are very confident for this result.
Marcus, congratulations on your best ever asphalt result.
Yes, thanks. It was good. My best result on asphalt. So I am really happy.
Why were you quicker this time? Is it just still a learning process?
Yes, I think so. Now, without any mistakes, and it was quite okay. The car was good all the time. But still, it's a little bit gap to Gilles. But maybe during this year we can catch him.
Welcome back.
Richard, 2 stage wins, 3rd overall. You must be delighted.
Very, very happy. I mean, it's been a good day today. I tried very hard to catch Marcus today, obviously, but he was a little bit. The gap was a little bit too big this morning, 20 seconds, but we got it down a little bit, but not enough.
Grunholm has now opened up an 8-point lead over the other 2 event winners, Mäkinen and Panizzi. The consistent Sainz is 4th, with Burns moving up into 5th place. While in the series for manufacturers, Peugeot have a huge advantage over Ford and Subaru, to the delight of the team boss.
Corrado, we said this was a historic day, and it is. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, yes. Here in France, in our country, with our French cars, with our French driver, Gilles, winning the rally, and with 2 others exceptional drivers, Marcus and Richard, who have done a fantastic job. everybody has been perfect here, not because the result is the one you know, but because really during these 3 days, nothing happened to destroy the atmosphere, the serenity in the team. We are really very close to each other, and things are working very well.
Don't forget, up next, Rally Extra brings you anything you may have missed and a little more. The series stays on tarmac for the next round, the Rally Catalunya in Spain in just 2 weeks' time. Citroën fully will rejoin the fray. Speed Channel, of course, will bring you all the action. Here in Corsica this weekend, however, all three of the Silver Bullets hardly put a wheel wrong. Gil Benizzi led from start to finish and richly deserves a champagne. That does it for all three legs from here. I'm Ralph Shaheen. See you for Rally Extra tomorrow.